We have an entire religion that's built around 4 verses in the Gospels. And they're all in the same, they're all talking about the exact same thing, all in the same context. And it just amazes me. It's Luke, I'm going to do it from Luke because I like Luke better than John. Not personally, just in this context. Okay, it says, judge not, and ye shall not be judged. Condemn not, and ye shall not be condemned. Forgive, and ye shall be forgiven. Now, remember, this is addressed to Israel, not to the Christian church. Because Jesus was sent to Israel, not the Christian church. This is clearly said many times in the Gospels, for Jesus was sent to the lost house of Israel, or the lost tribe of, whatever it says. He was sent to Israel. He was addressing his statements to Israel. So when he said this, it was addressed to Israel, and it applied to what was going on in Israel at that time. Jesus Christ was not addressing issues that were 4,000 years in the past. He was addressing issues that were right there. We will be judged, even if we could manage to not judge people. We are going to be judged, and that's in 1 Corinthians 3, and in verse 10. According to the grace of God, which is given unto me, as a wise master builder, I laid the foundation, another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he build thereon. For the other foundation can no man lay than that which is laid, which is Jesus Christ. Now, if any man build upon this foundation with gold or silver or precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. And fire shall try every man's work, and what sort it is. If a man's work abide, which he hath built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. If a man's work shall be burned away, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet is by fire. So we are going to be judged on what we do here on earth. We will be judged. So will Israel, actually, but Jesus Christ was addressing situations that were going on at the time when he did that thing back in Luke. Remember, he's talking to Pharisees who were, he also said of them that they're of their father, the devil. So, I mean, they didn't have it quite together. They had a lot of things screwed up. Now, we are told to judge. We are specifically told to judge. Look at 2 Timothy, and in chapter 3, verses 16 and 17. All scripture is given by inspiration of God, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God may be truly furnished unto all good works. What does the word reproof mean? Reproof is an expression of blame, disapproval. She welcomed him with mild reproof for leaving her alone. Okay. A look of reproof. There are synonyms for reproof: a rebuke, a reprimand, a reproach, an admonishment, and to be admonished, disapproval, censure, criticism, condemnation, dressing down. Those are all words that imply judgment on your part. And the word correction, the action or process of correcting something. I check the typing for errors and send it back for correction. You cannot reprove and correct without judgment. And finally, from Romans chapter 16, verse 17, now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause division and offense contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. So we are supposed to judge. I don't care what anyone says. They can say, we're not supposed to judge. Don't judge a lot, because you're going to be judged if you. We're going to be judged anyway. So when somebody does something, if I see somebody stealing, a Christian brother, it is my job to say, let him that stole steal no more. Go get a job, work with your hands, and give to people who need. Because that's what the verse says in Ephesians chapter 4. And there are many other verses which were given instruction. So this whole idea of not judging is taking 4 verses and blowing them completely out of context and out of all proportion to where they stand. So just remember that as you go forward, that we are to be judging. Don't let anyone tell you, don't judge people, because we are supposed to judge people, especially within the church, because we're supposed to be examples. And if they're not standing up to their duty, we don't want them having their houses all burnt up. You know, we don't want that to happen to them. So just remember that as you're going through life, it's okay to judge things.